Well, morning all. This morning I am at somewhere that I've not been to for quite a number of years, probably 12 I should imagine, something like that, and that's Burnham-On-Sea lighthouse. It's somewhere that's been shot quite a number of times in the past, and I'm here for a very specific image in my head of what exactly I want from today. I've got my 4x5 with 2 sheets of HV5 Plus because all my film holders are full at the moment and I've run out of black and white, and I've also got the rollback with some Delta 100 and 400, although for the shot I'm looking for today I think the lower ISO is going to be what I need. So yeah, I'm also shooting on the Lumix S5 Mark II. First outing with it today, where it's been going to be purely digital camera and not being used as a stills camera. So hopefully the footage is okay, hopefully this is fairly stable, and hopefully the sound is okay. So I've got my mics rigged up to this. So yeah, but yeah, it's been a long time since I've walked down this path. And back then, as I'll explain later, I was after a very different image and I was a very different photographer, which I'm going to talk about when I get down to the beach. So yeah, hopefully the tide's in enough today to get the shot that I've got in my head. But it's going to be a 6x17 day as it stands at the moment. Well, that's the shot I've got in my head. But anyway, the beach is approaching, so I'll explain more in a minute. Okay, so this is the scene, and what we've got here is Burnham-On-Sea lighthouse, and the sea is in far enough now, so I'm not going to get the wave overlap. I've got the 6x17 back on, and I've got Delta 100 loaded. I'm actually going to try a couple of things here. So I've never tried before on film, so it might end up a load of rubbish, it might come out great, I'm not sure yet. But basically I put a 10 stop filter on the front of the lens, because what I want is the sea to be completely milky, and the same with the sky. You've actually got Hinkley power station being built just in the corner. You'll probably see it in the footage, but I obviously don't want that in my scene. So I've got some of the hills in the background, from which are the Contox, I think, hills, or Exmoor, one or the other. But basically I've just got that and the lighthouse off to one side of my frame. So I'm after milky sky, milky foreground, and sort of, you know, just the focus is the lighthouse because it is beautiful. It's been repainted lots of different times. I've seen it red and white, I've seen it black like it is now. So yeah, but you see a lot of shots when the tide's out and you see some where the tides are in, but in my head, I just wanted a milky image. Now, when I've shot this before, I've always thought to come down here on a sunny day with some big fluffy clouds and stuff like that, and then tried to get all of that. But that was my old sort of style of photography, and now I'm looking at it that I actually want a more minimalist shot of the sort of, you know, the sky and everything. Sorry, it's a dog whistle in the background. Where I just wanted the sort of everything just to be milky really, and the focus to be the lighthouse and nothing else. So that's what I'm going to try and attempt here. I'm going to take a couple of shots with the 10 stop filter on and see if I can get see if this works. It might not do, and then I'm going to take a couple of shots with the red filter on the front and see if that will hopefully slow the shutter speed down enough to get a slower shutter speed. Obviously not as much as the 10 stop, but yeah, 2.5 minutes I've got, so I'm going to get on and take this. I've got to put it on bulb, and I'm using the reciprocity app to put my filter on. 10 stop gives me 2 minutes 57 seconds of exposure, and like I said, there's a lot of dog walkers walking up and down here, so I've just got to be careful not to get them in them, and hopefully 2.5 minutes is long enough that they're just going to be blurred out anyway and not actually in my shot. But I'd rather them not walk across my picture anyway. But I should have got to share the beach with other people, so it's what it is, I suppose. Obviously now the other problem with this is it's not very windy today, but obviously I've got to hold the shutter button open for nearly 3 minutes, so I'm hoping that I don't end up shaking the camera while I'm doing this. But here we go, I'm going to take this shot. Fingers crossed. Oh, it'd help if I took the dark slide out, of course. Don't need to shield the lens today. Right, just check where everyone is. Hopefully no one's going to walk this way, so here we go. Okay, I'm not going to touch it. That's 2 minutes 45 on the go. Hopefully the shot comes out. Okay, so hopefully the camera's focused in all right. Still got 1 minute and 15 left. So yeah, I just wanted to explain a little bit about how my photography's changed really over the years. And what I found is that, like I say, before, when I came here before, I was very naive to it, I guess, and I just like I've said before, I got really disappointed if I turn up at location and the conditions weren't ideal. Now, if I'd have gone back, if this was, you know, 12-year ago me, not 12-year-old me, 12-year ago me, I'd have come here and I'd have been so disappointed with this. I'd have said, no, I don't like this, it's a load of rubbish, it's not what I wanted, this, that and the other, and I wouldn't have seen the potential here. And I'd have literally, I wouldn't have even got my camera out, I'd have turned out and I'd have gone away disappointed and frustrated. But actually, I was driving in here today and I just thought, yeah, it's overcast. There is a bit of definition in the cloud, but I don't really want that. And I wanted the tide to be in so that I could get a long exposure and hopefully get that milkiness that I'm looking for in the frame. And so it was just a completely different mindset of turning up here and not actually being disappointed with my shot. Weren't paying attention to that then. Right, anyway, that's the first frame, but before I ride that on, so yeah, it's nice to come here and not actually be disappointed about the shot, and that's one takeaway I'd sort of, piece of advice that I'd give to you new photographers out there especially is, if you turn up at a location, it's not ideal conditions, don't worry about it, it doesn't matter, it really doesn't. You know, you've got to make the best of what you've got. Now for me, this is ideal conditions. It wouldn't have been 12 years ago, but now it is, because I want this to be a minimalist shot in black and white, and that's what I'm trying to achieve today. Now I'm not sure if this filter will work on the front of here, but certainly I'm going to give it a go. So I'm going to take 2 shots with this 10 stop on, and then I'm going to change over to the red filter and see what we get out of that. So that's the plan. Okay, so I'm just going to check my metering again, make sure that we're still right. We should be. The conditions haven't changed much since when I metered earlier, but so the 2-minute 57 timer should be okay for my next shot. So I'm going to have a look at that now, just to check the meter in, and hopefully it's okay to carry on. No adjustments needed, hopefully. Right, so I'm just going to check the lighthouse again. 11 1/3. Sea's 11 1/3. Sky is 11 2/3. Brightest part of the sky is 12 1/3. So yeah, everything I've got there, I'll just check the black again, is 9. Yeah, so everything I've got there is in a fairly narrow sort of dynamic range window of between sort of -2 or +2 and 1/3 and sort of -2. So it's a fairly narrow sort of dynamic range we're working with here, which is good. So I'm going to get on and take this next shot, leave the settings the same, and hopefully, fingers crossed, this works. Because like I said, I've never tried it before, so I'm not sure if it's going to work or not. It's all experimentation for me, this. Like I said, I've done it on a digital camera before, never on a film camera. So yeah, I'm going to get on and take this now, and wait for the dog walkers to get out of the way so I can take the shot. So yeah, going to get on and shoot that now. Okay, so let's get this shot now. So I want 2 minutes and 57 seconds. On these, for those of you who are new to sort of these sort of manual cable releases, what you have is obviously the button on the top and this little sort of circular bit at the bottom here. And what you do is when you press the shutter down, which you'll see in a minute, it will hold down, and then to release it, you just press that, and it'll close the shutter for you. Right, here we go. So check everything's open or ready to go, which it is. So here we go. So there you go, look, it just sort of holds that in, and then you just slowly rest it down, so not to introduce any camera shake to the shot. So there we go, counting down, fingers crossed these come out. I'm really looking forward to, and I'm interested to see if this actually works or not, because like I say, I'm not sure it's going to. I've got my doubts about this. When I've tried it in the past with shooting on digital, I found that even with Lee filters, which are very expensive filters, are very, very good filters, I'd get a lot of colour casting on my colour shots, and I'm not quite sure what interactions that's going to have with black and white, but we'll see when I get them developed. So yeah, so we've got 2 minutes still. I'm going to have to change over the filter on the front, because at the moment I've obviously got the adapter for the filter holder. I've got step-up rings for all of my lenses, so I've stepped everything up to 77mm. Instead of buying loads of different lenses, I've just bought the step-up rings for each one. So I just need to go and find I think this is 76 to 77, so all my filters are 77mm screw-in. So yeah, I'll leave that doing its thing and I'll go and find the next filter attachment. Okay, so I just had to take that quickly, or turn that off quickly there, because I was just looking in my bag. I looked at my the timer and realised there was only 3 seconds to go, so I couldn't turn the camera back on and stop the exposure at the same time. So that is the second exposure done with the 10 stop filter. I'm now going to change to the red filter. I don't think it's going to give me enough stop on the light to give the desired effect, but we will give it a go anyway. God, this thing is I don't really use filters that often, and this thing here is needs loosening up, I think. Right, that's in there. I'll stick that in my pocket. I'll just get this set up now, and then I'll turn the camera back on, and we'll go for the next couple of shots I'm going to take. So I'll see you in a second. Right, there we go. Just make sure that's got me in focus, which it has. Right, so what I've done is I've put the red filter on the front. I'm going to go at f45, so I've gone from one extreme to the other. But the reason for that is because anything lower than that is I'm feeling it's not quite giving me enough exposure time to sort of get this milky. So this will allow me to get a second. Once I've added the red filter on, gives me 13 seconds to allow for some reciprocity failure on the film, which is going to help me out in this regard, because obviously I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wind on, because obviously I'm looking for a longer shutter speed, so the reciprocity is going to help me achieve that. There we go. Right, so got that sorted. Take the slide out. And here we go. 13 seconds. Go. This time I'm going to stand here for nearly 3 minutes. Done. Put that back in. Get on and take the last shot now. And then that is me done for the morning. Right. Cut the shutter. Take that out. We're all okay. 13 seconds. Off we go. At least when I'm standing here like this, I'll be able to get a picture out of this for the thumbnail on the video. So it's quite handy standing here for that long. Okay, so that is it for this video. A short one, which I did say that I was looking to create more shorter videos and not always have long videos. But I hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, it just goes to show that you don't need to come out on amazing sunrise days or amazing sort of sunset. Yes, they're nice to have, they're really nice to have, but you don't need to do that. You can come out and shoot in any weather at any time, you know, and you can get different shots. Just experiment with different things, really. And that's my sort of takeaway from today, I suppose, is just, you know, don't get disheartened. And I know I keep saying, I've said it on many videos before, and it's only because I've been disheartened myself by my own photography, and that's why I sort of stopped for a few years, because I just got so disheartened with it. But, you know, yes, that might happen, but if you just relax with your photography and just accept that it's not always going to be absolutely perfect conditions all the time, and that maybe look for a different type of shot in what you're doing, you'll find that you'll become more creative and that you'll enjoy your photography more, and certainly what I'm finding at the moment anyway. So yeah, if you enjoyed the video, then please leave a like on it, because that always helps me out massively. And if you're enjoying the content, then please subscribe to the channel. Consider subscribing, because it helps me out massively. You know, it grows the channel, And you know, just like I said before, I really enjoy making these videos for myself and for obviously sharing with others as well. So yeah, if you've liked it, please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one, which will probably be on Wednesday. So enjoy yourselves, see you again.